What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now, I made this video yesterday. I talked about XRP in a video that you guys didn't see. And the reason why you didn't see it was because the audio wasn't up to par. I don't know what was going on with my soundbar for the last couple of maybe days or so, but people called it out in the comment section and I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to fix it at the time and I think I got it fixed. So let me know if the sound is absolutely horrible or it's echoing or if it sounds like there's a ton of feedback. Please let me know in the comment section below so that I can get it fixed. I can address it. But I made a video talking about XRP, and honestly, the whole reason to making the video was to talk about my golden ticket, which is this play. And not necessarily just to talk about my golden ticket, but more or less give you an understanding that everybody has their own golden ticket. And I want to know what is yours, as well as if you have any haters or if you have any people that just don't believe in your golden ticket in your play that's going to be worth a lot more, then you need to weed those people out because you did your research, right? If you believe in something to talk about it constantly, to give so many people information and then they just shoot it down and go, it's not going to be worth anything, then I'm not saying you stop talking to those people because some of those people might be your family or friends, but you don't have to continue to preach to them or tell them why it's going to be the next best thing. If they miss out, then they miss out. Your golden ticket is yours. If they have their own strategy, then they have their own strategy. And that's kind of the message that I want to portray here in this video and give you my reasoning, all of my reasonings as to why it's my golden ticket, and then just, give you some positivity towards whatever you see as your play. If your play is Solana, then that's what it is. Your play is BTC, then that's what it is. And I'm not going to say your play sucks because I have a different one. You know what I mean? So anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon at PerryHGA, you can follow me over there. Don't forget about my link for BTCC down below. If you specifically use my link, you can get a 10% deposit bonus as well as extra bonuses up to $10,055. You can also get 40% or up to 40% lower trading fees, and you can trade up to a 500x leverage. It doesn't mean that you should trade at a 500x leverage. What I recommend is 2 to 10x leverage to give you a little bit of wiggle room to be wrong, so that you can be wrong a little bit and then you can be right, right? But if you have a 500x leverage, the percentage drop of that position for you to lose everything is like 0.5%. So I don't want you guys to risk so much money for such a little drop. I want you guys to, take your time and make your moves in there slowly. Now, again, I'm not going to tell you what to invest into or how to invest. I'm just making suggestions. If you want to do a 500x leverage, then by all means do that. Just make sure that you are playing it safe and that you're not risking everything that you possibly own. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about XRP. So currently, the market stands at a 3.25. Let me go ahead and refresh it just to fully make sure. It stands at a $3.25 trillion market cap. Bitcoin sort of steady, right, at a 104, almost $105,000 price point. Ethereum is sitting at 2,500. XRP is at 216, and we'll talk about that. BNB, Solana, everything doesn't seem to be moving at an aggressive rate, whether it's down or up, right? It's kind of steady, flat, and more consolidation than anything. Now, with anybody investing into crypto, what I see as you go along other channels, other people that are personalities in crypto, they have their own, I would call it a golden ticket. They have their own maxi play, right? Where they are more or less strong on this one play. There's a lot of people that are strong on meme coins, and they'll continue to preach about meme coins, and that's what they're the most strong as. Now, I don't recommend being or having the most money in meme coins because they are speculative and you might not see as much movement. But you have to have utility plays. And I think that's kind of where we see a lot of people's heads, where they have the strongest utility play that they believe in. And the most that I see that's out there, we'll see Bitcoin and Ethereum. You see people that are like, I'm a Bitcoin maxi, right? I hold a lot of money in Bitcoin. Everything I make from here goes into Bitcoin. It totally is understandable. And you made a lot of money, as you saw, go from 17,000 up to $112,000 or 104, or where it is currently, 104 to $105,000. Ethereum. You could be an Ethereum maxi. You know, that's your golden ticket that you believe is going to be worth so much more, multiple trillions of dollars. You can be someone that holds BNB or Solana. I've seen many people that do it, right? When it has utility and it has a backing, those are the strongest plays for the ultimate golden ticket, right? To say I made most of my money from Bitcoin, like the Winklevoss twins, right? Or you know, say I made a ton of money from Solana's movement when it was at $11 up to $250. That's amazing movement, right? And I called that out. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I called that out. I didn't invest at that time because I didn't have money, but I did tell a lot of people to do it, and they honestly went and did the research, and they were like, yeah, you know what? This does seem like a good play. Either way, I'll be able to make some money out of it. And throughout that time, they made a ton of money. But XRP is my play that I believe is going to be a bigger piece of not just the crypto market, but not only this country, right? Not only US, but in every single country around the world. That's why I'm such a big fan of XRP. And through my comment section, I get a ton of people that are like, XRP is going to zero. XRP is not going to be worth anything. Previously, XRP is not going to get to $100 billion market cap. It won't even smell or sniff $200 billion market cap, even though it got to a $190 billion market cap. So the comments are always trying to push me down. And I don't think anything of it. I honestly can create videos for it. It gives me fuel to be able to create some of these videos. Because you can't just sit here and talk about things that aren't really happening, but it gives me fuel to talk about the mindset behind holding your cryptocurrency. So when I see all of those things, I'm like, all right, you can say whatever you want to say. It doesn't mean that I'm going to believe it. And that's the mindset you need to have when you truly believe in something, especially in a market like this. When the internet first became a thing, a lot of people shot it down. Internet's not going to be a thing, right? We're not going to be able to use that, or we're not going to use it on the go. We have these mobile phones. We can't use the internet then. Oh, well, now we have the iPhone. Well, we still don't believe the internet's going to be a big thing, right? You have all these businesses and that are created off of, like Nvidia and Tesla, and utilizing the internet, utilizing obviously electric cars, and just so many different ways to implement the internet in things, right? The internet of things, where you have the internet on a refrigerator. Who would have thought, right? That you needed, honestly, you don't need it, but who would have thought that you could use internet on a refrigerator? Who would have thought that you can use a calendar to link to your calendar so that you can update it here and then it shows up over there? Who would have thought that you would need computers consistently in a job, in an office space, and it would make sense? Excel, all of those things, right? So people continuously shot that down, and then now look where the internet is, right? Where we went from Web 3 to Web 2 to Web 3, and all of that and all of the above. So the same thing's going to happen with cryptocurrency, right? While they're shooting this down and not believing that crypto is going to be a big thing or a big deal, they can talk their talk, right? Because eventually they're not going to be able to walk their walk, right? They're going to go, oh, well, I should have invested into it. Or they secretly invest into it, and then they say, oh, well, I made all my money or a lot of money from cryptocurrency from this investment, and delete everything else that they talked about, or saying on Twitter, or saying on any other platform. It's just honestly interesting. It's very, very interesting. That's the only way I can classify it. But anyways, the whole purpose of this video is to talk about my golden ticket, XRP, and give you reasons as to why it is my golden ticket. But I think where this video landed in my mind was more about clearing your mind in the investments that you're making. I don't care if it's XRP. I don't care if it's Ethereum or Bitcoin. The point is that I care that you guys are making and believing in your investments, no matter who's coming across and saying that investment sucks. Don't buy into that. Are you going to buy into what they're saying and now go, you know what, you're right, I'm going to sell everything? Or are you going, okay, you can make your own investment, you can make your own choices, and then prove them wrong in the end? I mean, honestly, it's your choice. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you check out my link for BTCC down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.